First, we just want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that God ordains our steps, and we are here because of Him. That's number one. Number two, Jeff and Melissa Street. You guys, we talked about becoming business partners and then becoming friends and then becoming family. It almost needs to be a bigger word for that, what they've meant to us, what they've done for us. We'll share a little bit about that today as we tell our journey to where we are today. Next, Jason and your team, man. You guys, just bringing us into your fold. This doesn't happen. This, locking arms with people that you don't have financial ties to, and just what it's meant to our team and to our family, being able to be part of, what you guys have happening right here, man. It's huge, and again, God ordained that path to cross because of ACN. And then our team, you guys. This is not a single person sport. Meaning you can't win by yourself in this. It's a team sport, and the only way to win is to talk to a bunch of people and bring people in and create a culture that everyone wants to work together. And our team, like if we start talking about our team, we're going to start crying. So we're just going to go. Our team is phenomenal, and we're going to share a little story about how they came together to help us to be able to sit up here. But understand, this is not our RVP promotion. This is the team's RVP promotion. And then last, before we jump into our story real fast, you guys, we have to thank our family. And Chris and Chelsea and William are here today. And, our all the Friday night leaderships at our house, loud, and William's trying to sleep, and everybody's clapping and laughing, and just, they've seen the journey, the ups and downs, and obviously, couldn't have done it without them. So, you guys, we're going to run in and just tell you a little bit, and we'll share the mic back and forth about what's happened for us in our ACN journey. As Jeff and Melissa, they talked about the journey, and that's really what it's about. So, I told you, we got started. You heard how we got started. We came to the training. We booked our home meeting. We followed the system. We made a list of over 100 people, and we made the phone calls. And it wasn't easy picking up the phone. And the phone was heavy, but we called people. And that first home meeting, my favorite part was I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Somebody else came and spoke on our behalf. And a handful of people got started that night. And then we were off to the races. And then those people came to training, and they were following the system. And it was just really fun as people were blessing their own family with ACN. But you guys, sometimes, life gets in the way. And let's share what happened next.
We are so grateful that Jeff and Melissa and that ACN just really promotes following a very simple system to change your family's life and to change other people's life. And I'm very grateful for my incredible husband that is a true rule follower. And so he followed the rules very well of how simple this business is. And yes, our business got off to an amazing start. And it is a great thing that it did, because we had no idea about some things that were about to happen in our life. And there were a lot of really big things that a lot of people don't know about, but a lot of you do know the very first challenge that we endured. And Ken's dad, Dad just started, things were changing. He was falling a lot. Things were changing, and we found out that he had a brain tumor, and we're the only relatives Dad has. Ken's the only living relative, and so everything had to stop when we found that out. Everything had to go. It had to be about keeping Dad comfortable, getting Dad to appointments, to the hospital. Everything stopped, including our ACN business. And it was a really hard time for our family. And then it would after a while, one day Ken had gone to the mailbox, and he came back home, and he's going through the mail, and he opens up a check from ACN. And I go, how could that possibly be? We haven't been doing anything. And then Ken goes, no, I bet it's that residual income thing they were talking about. and here's the reality, because we follow the system, and we taught our team to follow the system, our team was growing. Our team was helping other people. And because of that, we were taking care of Dad, but ACN was taking care of us. And it really showed us how this business really, really works.
I didn't know she could carry so many flowers. I'm gonna have her carry an extra grocery bag. Like Susie said, we were taking care of Dad. Dad passed away, and we're getting back on our feet. And Jeff Street reached out to us, and he's thinking, hey, maybe it's time for them to come back, and invited us out to a special event. Patrick Mazur came out, was doing a leadership class, and we came out to that event. And you guys, you see here today that this is a special environment. Right? I mean, let's agree, this doesn't happen. This is a special environment. And because we were away from it so long, when we came back to it, it was almost like we were home. And I remember I was in the front row at the leadership class, and they were booking the whole meetings that night. And Jeff Street wraps up with something, and he walks over and he hands me the marker. And he said, I think it's time for you guys to have another home meeting. And I looked at Susie and I said, all right, let's do it. So I scheduled our home meeting that night. And you guys, it was, we were out of the business for probably 5 months. And when we had our first home meetings, we thought we called everybody that we knew. But in those 5 months, we met more people. Right? So our list got longer. Don't think that your initial list is just your initial list. You meet people all the time. Your list is live. So we called people off the list. And that night, I think we had, 15, 17 people there, I don't know. And a handful of people got started again. And I was back. I remembered how fun it was, right? And we're sitting at the table after that home meeting. And I made some dinner, and we were, enjoying each other. And I remember, where is he?
There he is.
There he is, right there. Jeff Street, looking at me and saying, okay, let's do one next week. I was like, are you kidding me? I just poured out my blood, sweat, and tears in that whole meeting. Everybody I knew, Jeff, I invited everybody I knew. I was like, no, let's do another one. So we scheduled one the next week. People came out, got started, and that helped us hit the regional director position at that time. You guys, it was all about following the system, and we've had ups and downs. We've persevered through different things, and our team has just been together all the time. And I see you guys that are here to support. We're just so grateful for every single one of you. But this has been a long journey. Guys, this has been a long journey. It wasn't just a big win and then you're on top of the hill. Just like life, there's challenges. And we had another, just to be real and talk from the heart, we had another challenge that really rocked our family.
Yeah. And here's what I want you to know, and I'm not going to go into the details of it because it's ugly and it's terrible and it's devastating and it caused anguish and it was awful. But again, our kids jumped in and rallied and took great care of us, and our team jumped in and took great care of us again. And it was something that was not only emotional, but also turned into something that turned into be an ugly legal thing of when your heart gets crushed and you think that's going to be the worst of it, and then it turns into something that is a legal battle, and it just where did that come from? And you just get blindsided. But here's what I want all of you to know is there is a family here There is a family of ACN. This is so much more than a business. Everyone up here, when things like that happen, people that are not financially tied to us jump in and help, and help the team, and maybe help each other. And I don't know what's going on in your business right now, and I don't know what's going on in your life right now, but perhaps something's happened where you've had to step away from ACN for a bit, or perhaps you've had something happen in your life where you just feel really alone. And what I want you to know is that no matter what that is that you have a family here that will get you through it. Not only do we lock arms financially, we know that with this incredible business, but we all lock arms, emotionally. We all lock arms. We really love each other, and I don't say that. I'm not just throwing that out there. We really, really do, and we love all of you, and you can feel the connection of people in this room that aren't even financially tied. But there's a culture here, and I do thank Liz and Jason so much for creating that culture right here in Orange County. But it's a culture that expands beyond that. And Jeff and Melissa have that culture across the country. It's a culture that you can't. I've never seen it anywhere else. So here's what I want to let you know. Whatever you are going through, and again, I don't want to be so callous as to assume that I know what's happening in your life, because I don't. But I do know that when things happen for us, everyone was there for us, and we want to be there for you as well. And you have a family here that wants to be there for you as well.
So the last thing we're going to do, you guys, is just I talked about making a decision. And we had, at the end of the year this year, we had our team over to our house. And we do dream boards together, and we make goals together. And we wrote on our goal board, this was the latter part of December of last year, so a little over 30 days ago. We wrote on the top of the goal board, Regional Vice President by January 31st. So Manny, can we bring that up? He's got a picture of our goal board. You guys, this is it right here. So we wrote on the top of the goal board, Regional Vice President by January 31st. And here's the thing. We were hundreds and hundreds, we were 400 or 500 customers away from Regional Vice President when we wrote that goal. And we had no idea, our team had never put in 400 or 500 customers in a month. We had no idea how it was going to play out. But we decided that 2020 was going to be the year of God-sized goals. So we made a goal that was so big that if we did win and we did hit it, it wasn't us. That God would ordain and make it happen. So thanks for putting that up there, Manny. I appreciate it. So you guys, we made that decision. We shared that with on our regional director call, and I remember the words coming out of our mouths. Like, what's your goal? January 31st. And I went, oh my gosh. and then I texted the next morning to Jeff Street. I texted how many customer points we were away. And he texted me back and he says, hey, you wanna send me that text every day? And you know what I thought? No chance. But guess what? We did. And that created some accountability. And then as we did that, the team came together and everybody rallied for a cause, and we were all sincerely praying about, hitting this goal on January 31st. And I'll let you wrap up.
All right. So that was definitely a God-sized goal. But God's so awesome. He's just so awesome. And he made it such a beautiful, fun story showing us that it was only him that could have made that happen. And that's what I love about this. That it happened on that date. It could only be God, but that's the beauty of this business. It's a business that honors God in everything it does, because we have 4 co-founders that love the Lord and honor God in everything that they do. And the fact that we were blessed enough to come into this business and to be able to not only
have something that literally has changed the life for our grandchildren, the lives for our grandchildren. It's created generational wealth. But we also just have an amazing family in everyone here and all of you. That is something that, you know, we just look to God, and we are just so grateful that He orchestrated and made everything come together in such a perfect and beautiful way. And with that, do you have anything you want to add?
One last thing.
All right.
We went over today, but I promise you that each and every one of you go regional vice president, we're going to let you talk as long as you can.